Many people witnessed the execution in broad daylight.
We're here at the corner of Williamson Street and Baldwin, where Madison Police Department just shot and killed a man. A large crowd is forming, and people are outraged and demanding answers. The video that we saw showed Madison Police Department holding a man down while more officers came in and then shot the man point blank in the head.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here, and yet another police officer kills yet another person of color. And as we used to be able to report on, for the entire history of this country, it's another black person. Recently, of late, since Stephen Miller and the clown show has, the WWF style presidency has come into power, it's now more people of color. But we're back to exactly what it's always been. Black folks, specifically, dead. Now we're going to be looking at this story through the lens of TYT Sports, simply because I like how this guy reports stuff, especially stuff like this. He's based, right? Based AF, as the kids might say. Well, not even anymore. I'm old. Anyway, point is, I think he does a great job. But there's things that need to be said that I think will only be said the way I need to say it. So we're going to watch it, and I'm just going to comment. He does a good job.
Another day, another person killed by the police in this country. This went down in Madison, Wisconsin. The killers would then handcuff a dead person.
I want to stop there. You saw that? Yeah, I know. It's hard to watch. It wasn't too graphic, so YouTube shouldn't take away from this video, because you can't really see everything. But what you do see is the ease with which these white cops and black cops, they're all racist against black people. Just look at Officer Tatum. That's a whole nother story. More importantly, against black bodies, oh, it's too easy. You're telling me 3 of you can't hold him, but he's such a black brute. He is an orangutan. He's a gorilla. That's the exact type of pictures and the way they used to paint this. It's not your incompetence as a police officer who's been given the privilege of violence by the state, which is the people, to be well trained, to learn how to hold somebody, to learn how to approach people, how to diffuse situations or manipulate the body to where they cannot move if necessary. No, 3 of you are grabbing on for dear life like the incompetent, sore idiots that you are. Like the untrained, incompetent fools that they give badges to. And it's too easy 3 times in the head to just shoot someone when you've had enough of the fighting. Number 1 is the idea that the black brute is this gorilla. Death is it's an okay response to struggle. Death 3 times in the head. So you just make sure he dies. Lethality is the okay response, not a taser. Anyway, that's too easy, because that's been okayed. That's been okayed since day one, especially if they're black. And now in this society, now in this climate, this temperature that has been turned up to 155 by the administration, cops as well as ICE, all of them have a free reign to just kill at will. And they will. They will. There'll be more. But there's more to this story. It's not just doom and gloom. Let's watch some more.
Many people witnessed the execution in broad daylight.
We're here at the corner of Williamson Street and Baldwin where Madison Police Department just shot and killed a man. A large crowd is forming and people are outraged and demanding answers. The video that we saw showed Madison Police Department holding a man down while more officers came in and then shot the man point blank in the head. And this is the same area where Tony Robinson was murdered back in 2015. Madison Police Department, we are tired of the lies and we are tired of this conduct that y'all have been.
Protesters came out.
Yeah, look at that. Number one, when it's happened once, it's very likely, it's a million times more likely to happen again. I used a million because it doesn't need me to give you that exact number for you to understand the point. A million times more likely to get shot, to be abused, for the police officers to take advantage of situations, human beings, black bodies, black money, black women. When it's been done before, it's million times more likely to happen again in that same area. You know why? Because it's the sign of the culture of the police force there is what provided the excuse the first time. Almost guaranteed there's nothing to be done after the first time. And whatever is done is too little, too late. And the overall wider acceptance from white people on the right is, well, look at them. You know, they're black. Well, just comply. Not that death isn't the proper response for the situation. Executioner is not part of the job requirement or the listing for police officer. It's not self-defense, point blank in the head on the ground. I think that needs to be said. Let's watch some more.
At Madison's concerts on the square, they made their voices heard. Locals have captured footage from the scene showing officers involved in the shooting. For me personally, I don't want...
That's how you have to show up. You see, you've been wondering, where have the black people been? Where were they in No Kings? There's millions of people around. Where are the black folks? Black people know how to show up. You show up where it makes them uncomfortable, not where they can honk the horn at you and come back. You show up where it's either dangerous or uncomfortable. And the reason why this happens, YouTube, is the same reason why those people, the white folks and black folks, sitting at the white tablecloth, drinking wine, having a bit of suds, eating great food outside at the concert put on by their state so that they don't have to feel the effects of the black man who just died by that same state money. The same state that paid for your plate has now paid the officer who shot someone in the head 3 times on the ground, point blank range, because he was tired of fighting him. And he didn't see him as a human being. That's where you go protest. That's where I've been asking people to protest this administration. It's in DC, in the offices, direct action. You're not allowed to be comfortable with your bottle of bubbly and your knife and fork on the right and left side appropriately by etiquette. You're not allowed to enjoy that etiquette while black people are dying in the streets. And that's how we come out. And to see the rest of the community there. This goes to the building of community that's been happening with the 50-51s, with everything that's been going on with the No Kings. We finally realized how to gather immediately. If you remember, but Derek Chauvin, there was a small group going, oh my God, I can't believe it, while recording. This time, because of the climate we're in, it has done good to force these groups together, to stand out there by the millions. It has done good. And now the black people, when it's time to rise up, will show you what you're supposed to do with those numbers. Go where they are. They cannot be comfortable while we're dying. That's how you do it. I love that. I love that picture. I love it. Of them looking uncomfortable before their food arrives, looking up. Oh, what's this? There's people with megaphones walking around me, beside me, touching me. Yeah, right there. Not over there at the park, right here. That's how we do it. That's how you do it. Take those millions, put them in offices, at the Capitol, at the dining places, where the steak is served, medium rare. Go there, right here, not over there. That's where you do it. Put skin in the game. Make them have to do something to you or feel like something will be done to them, even if you don't do it. Be there in the numbers, in those millions, not on the side of the street to get honks, in the buildings, rubbing shoulders with those who feel comfortable about what's going on. They're not going to feel uncomfortable at the park. Go there. Direct action. That's the point. I'll watch a little bit more of this, but that's all the three things I wanted to get to. Three things I think need to be said.
For me personally, I don't want to live in a country that does this to its own people, and neither should you. Local reporting is taking what the cops say as fact, and I want to be very clear about this before we get into said reporting. The cops lie. It is what they do. They lie to protect themselves. They lie to protect others within the department. They lie to get ahead of the story. So that way, the public is really confused on separating fact from fiction. It is a very old playbook that they run. A lot of the local news departments follow suit, and it is because 9 times out of 10, they are in bed with the police. They will say an officer-involved shooting when really it's an officer shooting someone. In this case, shooting a person multiple times and killing them. I'm just being very honest here. So the reporting that we have goes as follows. Via WKOW, the cops went to the scene around 1 p.m. for a man who was allegedly stealing bikes and checking cars that were parked. The cops found him, and he allegedly fled on a bike in an attempt to evade the police. They'd add that the man appeared to pull out a knife. They would also claim an officer would suffer an injury, though no details have been reported on what exactly that injury is. That same cop who was allegedly injured fired 3 bullets into the man, killing him. A very, very important part of the story is going to be this, okay? You're probably thinking, well, we're going to see other angles, right? We're going to see the cameras that were on the officers, right? Wrong. The shooting was not captured on body camera video, which the Madison Police Department doesn't widely use, reported NBC. Madison Police Chief John Patterson would say, quote, "We do not have body cameras on any of the officers involved." There was a 90-day body camera pilot program for the department in 2020.
And that's where I'll end it. Yes, where I'll end it, right there. Right there where they say there's not body cameras on any of the officers involved. And it's the reason why I don't need to give you a specific number or look it up for me to tell you it's 1,000,000 times more likely if it happened here once, that's where you'll be able to find it again, or where it's done many times and just hasn't been reported yet because it's the culture of the place. When I say the time to fight is now, I mean that. Let this show you what I mean by that. Good work. Good work. We've been putting in the work, getting the galvanizing together. We know how to get up. We know how to get numbers together. Now we use them and we fight properly. The time to fight is now.